Hi there. I'm going to be showing you World at War German Turn 1. And basically the Germans have several different things that they're trying to accomplish. First and foremost is they need to take Paris on Turn 3, which involves a march through Lorraine, Picardy, and then Paris on Turn 3. Secondly, they need to be able to support the Finns, otherwise the Russians will overwhelm them on turns 1 and 2. And finally, with whatever remaining forces they have in mainland Europe, they need to start preparing for the invasion of Russia. So with that, we're going to. The other thing is in Russia, it's very hard for the Germans to keep enough infantry at the front. So we're going to use tanks and planes away from the front so that we can keep as many infantry marching into Krakow and Danzig as possible. So with that in mind, we'll put into Croatia 3 infantry and 2 tanks. The goal here is to use infantry as cannon fodder and to only lose infantry in the battles that they're fighting. Into Hungary, we're going to put 3 infantry and 2 guns. Whoops. And the 1 fighter will go in there as well. I'm sorry, the fighter goes into Krakow and the tank goes into Hungary. And then into Krakow we'll have 4 infantry and 2 guns. This tank will come down here. This will go in here. Then we're going to put into Danzig 7 infantry and 2 tanks. Into Netherlands, we're going to put in 3 tanks and 4 infantry. And then into Belgium, we'll put 6 infantry and 2 Stukas. So this means the rest of the tanks are going to go into Lorraine because that's where we have the biggest French force. And even though the Berlin tank can't make it to the battle, we're going to bring it to the Rhine to support the French attack. We're going to bring this transport in here, load up both transports with the 2 guns and the 2 infantry to go to Finland to help support there. And it's the intention here is to not land in Lapland because that can turn into a mistake real quick. So and then we will fly 2 fighters and the bomber up there, and then the rest of the forces will not do the non-combat move. I'll do it during the combat. And we do want 5 infantry in Pomerania because we'll be able to transport all those next turn. And then we'll march the rest of the Berlin force into Brandenburg. So that means we've moved now everyone, except for these 2 guns do belong down here with the 6 infantry. Then we'll go ahead and do the North Africa move, moving the the tanks and infantry onto the transports, loading them up, and moving them into North Tunisia. A little bit of a dicey battle here, but we have a first turn win. We could just lose a tank if we go to South Tunisia, but it does help out the Italians. Then we will do the U-boat moves. Don't forget about this last sub down here. Let's move it up to the French transport. And the 3rd U-boat guarantees the victory on the cruiser there. This move against the Americans can go astray sometimes, but 2 U-boats against the East Coast and 1 in the Caribbean. Then we do put 3 3 U-boats on the British force here. And that completes the German turn. So we'll go done. We build 8 tanks to support the Western Front against the French. And then we will go ahead and resolve combat. It starts with the automatic battles against the transports. Hopefully this goes our way. Sometimes this takes a while. And we finally got him. Now we go against the French transport. He's down. We'll continue doing sea battles. The cruiser's an automatic first turn victory with no chance of a fire back. We'll go against the Russians. They usually hit the battleship. Then you take out half their force. And it looks like we might get away with just the battleship damage. Nope, looks like they're going to get a... Yep, we did it. And this battle's dragging on a little bit. Let's see if we can get the destroyer down. He did get one of the U-boats. But we've got the transport down, which is really what we came for. The destroyer is just a bonus. Okay, and we got one more sea battle. Then we'll go to North Africa. They missed in South Tunisia. We'll go to North Tunisia. They get a chance to fire back, but usually miss. Let's go to the Western Front in Netherlands. They get infantry hits only. They're done. We'll go down to Belgium. They got one hit. And then we'll go to Lorraine. Got 6 hits there. They took 3 back. And as typical, they get 5 infantry. Then we'll go over to the Eastern Front in Danzig. We're only losing infantry over here. This battle's over with the loss of 2 infantry. Go to Hungary. 1 infantry here. And then we'll go to Krakow. We keep losing a couple infantry here and there. And then finally Croatia. 1 more infantry down. 2. They got 2 there. Okay. So now the combat's over. You can see that what we've done is we have the fast-moving tanks able to get up to the front with only 1 infantry stranded down here that has to march a long distance. The rest of the infantry are in the front with East Prussia defending with 2, which should hold off the Russians. They can come with 3 units and even fly a plane in if they so wish. We land here to counterattack next turn, along with being able to bring these 2 transports, and this guy will be able to march in with 1 as well, because he can carry an infantry. Okay, the planes, we need to recover them. They have 1 left there. This guy needs to be ready to go to the Western Front for turn 3. So generally he will not be able to fight on the Eastern Front this turn. And then finally these planes up here need to be recovered. I always bring them back to Hamburg. And that is the German. Let's move this gun over here. And that's the German turn. We'll go ahead and deploy the tanks. We do need to put as many of them as possible into the Bavarian Rhine. And then we'll put the 8th tank, the lone tank. It can still make the battle in Paris, but it won't be able to participate in turn 2 from that position. And we are now done with the German turn and collect 72. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to hear more like it, please subscribe to the channel and leave me comments below.